Thanks for calling Metro by T-Mobile. Para continuar en español, marque 9. As part of this call and subsequent interactions from this call, we may collect information about you to provide the best service possible. To learn more, go to metrobyt-mobile.com/privacy. We care about your experience, so we may record this call. I don't recognize the phone number you're calling from. Are you currently an existing Metro by T-Mobile customer? Please enter your Metro phone number, including the area code. For added security, I need to send you a one-time PIN in a text message to your phone. Do you have your phone ready? Thanks for calling Metro by T-Mobile. Para continuar en español, marque 9. As part of this call and subsequent interactions from this call, we may collect information about you to provide the best service possible. To learn more, go to metrobyt-mobile.com/privacy. We care about your experience, so we may record this call. I don't recognize the phone number you're calling from. Are you currently I'll get you right over to someone who can help.
Care about your experience, so we may record this call. It is a great day here at Metro by T-Mobile. This is Louis, your sales expert. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
No, you're not my sales expert, but I'm calling to Metro PCS. This is not a pleasure call. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
I'm sorry to hear about that, Jasmine. Tell me, how can I help you today?
What are you sorry to hear about?
That it's not a great day for you?
I did not say it's not a great day. What do you mean? I did not tell you that.
It's not a pleasure.
It's not a pleasure call. This is a professional matter, and it's about business, and I don't care to share pleasure with you. What is the problem?
Okay, so how can I help you today, Jasmine?
No, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis, and I'm calling because I would like to speak to someone in your customer service. I had tried to call different times yesterday to make sure my phone would not be disconnected. I tried to lower my bill and take a device off to lower my bill, change my payment date. And you all did so much stuff on the phone. I had to keep getting off the phone because your stories were inconsistent. Then eventually, you all were, you said that you didn't hear me. I said, well, what is the problem? And then he got off the phone with me. He said you all close at 10, but you all close at 9. So when I tried to call back, then I could not get through. So now my phone has so-called been temporarily suspended. Okay. And now I have to pay the full $40 or I don't have my phone. Whereas I wanted to take the tablet off and I would only had to pay $25. You all were trying to, first of all, I find it just unprofessional. When I tell you I want to take the tablet off, take the tablet off. Don't go and try to do all kind of other stuff and discount and do that and waste my time. And now my phone is off and you try to make me keep something that I did not have the money for. All I would have had to pay is $25 or a specific amount of money to change my billing date. And now my phone is off. And so I will have to keep the tablet. That right there is institutional insufficiency. And I don't appreciate that. I called you all several times yesterday. And I went through stuff over and over where you all were just, I don't even know what you were on.
Oh wow, that sounds very, frustrating to hear. But let's see what we could do. So can I have the phone number for your account, please?
I can tell you the phone number is 1262-505-7137.
Thank you so much. Give me 1 second, please. Hey Jasmine, I'm gonna be sending you a one-time pin to your phone. Whenever you get that pin, just read it off to me.
I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Please call me Jasmine Renee Davis. That number is 833-961.
Thank you, Miss Jasmine Renee Davis.
I'm not Miss Jasmine Renee. I'm not Miss. Don't just. My name is Jasmine Renee Davis, not Miss. I don't want all that. Please don't do this. I'm trying to try really hard. I don't want you. My name is Jasmine Renee Davis. I am not a Miss. Please.
Okay, Jasmine Renee Davis. That's how it is. So you have a tablet and a phone plan. The tablet is for 15 and the plan is for $25. So you mentioned that you had told them that you wanted to remove the tablet line, that you just wanted to pay for the $25 for your plan?
Yeah, but then I also wanted to change the payment date so that I can pay something on Friday. And then I would have been able to keep my phone services on. And you and be able to use it that way. But then they were trying to like convince me to eventually, after I went through, they kept telling me all different. Then the guy tells me that if I change my billing date, I would have to pay like 30 something dollars a day. So he's basically, one time they tried to tell me like my bill was like 60 something dollars. And I got off the phone with them. Another time, then this recent time, I said, oh, you are abusing me and fighting me, because he told me that I would have to pay 30 something dollars a day. So if I wait for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, okay, that's $120 he told me I would have to pay. And then plus I would have to pay my phone bill on top of that, on that due date. So you guys were aggravating the shit out of me yesterday. It was
Yeah, it's sort of understandable. It's very frustrating that you have to go through that. I'm a customer myself, and trust me, it will be frustrating. So pretty much we're going to work on this together to get this fixed. I'm from the sales department, so I don't really consider myself that when you say y'all, I'm not part of like that team, but we're gonna get the right help, and I'm gonna be the one helping you get this issue resolved. Okay?
Well, then, it's not about help. I understand what you're saying, but I'm referring to Metro PCS. So I appreciate you for making that distinction, or, separating yourself or whatever. But I just want to make sure that you all understand, that you or whoever understands that this is causing a problem for me, because I don't have any service at all.
Understandable. I see it still now. So those other things are working on that. So give me to the previous. So go ahead.
No, I can hold the phone. I appreciate it. Hold the phone.
Thank you for your help, Louis. Okay, I'm going to take it out. Okay.
What are you saying?
Okay. So Mrs. Jasmine Renee Davis.
Oh man, I'm not a Mrs. either. Listen, I'm not a Mrs. No, I'm not a Mrs. I beg right now because you all are stressing me out. I'm not a Mrs. I am only Jasmine Renee Davis. Please, I am trying. I feel like you holding me hostage at this point. I'm so serious. Okay, please. I'm just Jasmine Renee Davis. And I'm really not happy with the way that you all have been treating me. I just told you all that I'm not a miss or any of that. No.
So I'm gonna leave you with just Jasmine Renee Davis.
What? I am my own self.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Jasmine. By the way, this is Jim from Metro by T-Mobile Customer Care. So I'm going to help you now regarding on your concern. Okay. So earlier, Louis gave me your phone, and I have to send you the one-time code to access your account. So just really text me.
Okay, I want to also make a comment about how unprofessional you all are. Okay. It's instead of you telling me that you're going to transfer my call to someone else, he was going to transfer my call, whoever that was going to transfer it to you. He made it seem like he was going to fix the problem. He could have told me that it was someone else on the phone because it sounded like he came back to the phone calling me Mrs. when I had just told him that I am not a Mrs. You understand what I'm saying? But it does not matter. I still don't want you to call me that. So you all have to be very careful. You guys are just slinging this, but this is what I'm saying. I understand that your services are usually for those who may not be educated, may be in poverty, may be poor, all that. I understand that. Okay. But you cannot continue to discriminate and slang your Metro PCS around, like you don't care about anything. This is a serious matter right now.
I will be taking note of that, Jasmine. In order
the code is 102480. 102480.
Thank you for that.
Is that what
Jasmine?
you were asking? Because
So
you did ask that,
now.
and I want to make sure. Seriously.
Okay. And Louis also told me that you need to take off this tablet. Okay. So, Jasmine, can you give me your account PIN so we can?
I don't need to give you the account PIN. I need to reset the account PIN. I had the account PIN and I don't know what happened, but when I tried to enter it in again, it said it was invalid. So I would need you to reset the account PIN so I can get a different account PIN. What is this text message you now sent?
Okay. Okay.
102480. You just sent another message. 102480. I don't know why you sent another message, but that's it.
Okay, got it, Jasmine. So, first thing, Jasmine, we sincerely apologize for the experience that you have before, but I promise you, since you got me here now, I'm going to the best customer service that I can give you, Jasmine. Okay. So now let's start for restarting your PIN. Can you give me 6 numbers for your new PIN?
What'd you say?
6 numbers for your new account PIN.
Okay. Let's see. You can just do.
Adapting the system, but I will give
What
it
do
a
you
try
mean
for
that
you.
type of pen is not accepted? You just asked me for how many numbers?
6 only.
Oh, only 6. Okay.
So for a moment, Jasmine.
I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
Okay. Okay. On what name would you like me to call
Jasmine
you, or
Renee
how should I
Davis.
address you by your name?
Jasmine Renee Davis, please.
Jasmine Davis. Okay.
Jasmine Renee Davis.
Okay, Jasmine Renee Davis. Okay, got it. So
You're
how
actually
is it
growing
going, by
by
the way?
saying my name. Like you use your vocal cords, your lungs, everything is growing more once you say my name like that. You actually are growing. I don't see why I don't know how tough it is. Like you all have been conditioned, I understand that, but I do not have to subscribe to any of those cultures like that. Like I don't have
Mm-hmm.
to have a nickname or abbreviation or anything.
Okay, I will be taking note of that. So we're on it now. So the pen is already updated. So now we're about to remove your tablet. Okay.
Wait,
So
hold on. This is the thing. No, before you do all of that, listen, hello. No, I want to make sure my phone is on. What are you trying to do? What is the plan? Because I'm calling, I was supposed to try to change my billing, the cycle date, have my phone back on. Is my phone going to be turned on? Like, what are you doing? Tell me everything that you're doing before you do any changes.
Okay. So Louis asked earlier that you need to take off one of the tablets or your tablet. So your bill we're gonna be only $25. So that is for your phone.
This is the problem. I would prefer to keep the tablet on. However, I don't have the money.
Oh.
Hold on. I need to get through this. I want to talk. I don't want to spend I'm not interested. I'm just going to be real. I'm not really interested in being on this phone much time with you all right now. Okay? So if you could just hear what I'm saying and allow yourself to hear what I'm saying, I would just really appreciate it. Please. So what I'm trying to tell you is if you know what I'm talking about, then I understand that, but I still would like to tell you. Okay? What I'm saying is I would like to keep my tablet. However, I just don't have the money for that right now. Okay? And I want to try. There were some things that happened that changed the way that some stuff happened, and so I didn't have the money this time. And usually when that happens, what I do, and it happens probably every other month at times, or every month, because I have to use my money to buy food and basically food. But I can barely afford to even buy food. Real food is just also out of the question, and that's harmful. And I want to buy real food. But what I'm saying is that The tablet is I want to change the payment date. Okay. But I only had the $2 on my account. I had some cash that I wanted to put on the account. But when I went into a Metro PCS store in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and I tried to charge my phone while I was in there and talk to him about my phone and put some money on my bill, like my phone could have been charging while I was talking to him about my bill and my phone and all that. He called the police on me. I didn't do any crime, but he chose to call the police. And that's what another Metro PCS store did too. You guys are very violent, and it seems like you are kidnapping and stealing lives. And you're using your stores as a front, and you're taking advantage and tracking and getting a lot of data. And with your interest in me has become a fatal attraction where now you're calling the police on me for me just going into a store where I have an account and say, hey, I want to power up my Metro PCS devices. I should be able to stop in and do that, and then on top of that, put a little money on my bill and talk to you about the status of my phones. He did not allow me to do that. And it was somebody else in there where he could have talked to whoever that was, and I could have been charging my phone, and that should be no problem. Plus, I would have had to receive a code through my phone and all kinds of stuff. So I would have needed my phone to be charged. But he chose to abuse me and call the police on me. And that was about around like a little bit before 2 o'clock p.m. on Sunday, June 21st, 2026. He's on the 63rd Street location in Kenosha, Wisconsin, Metro PCS. And I did record I recorded through my video. I had like 3% on my tablet. And so I was able to record that, but my phone was not charged at all. But what would it hurt him for me to be able to just come and get, 20 or 30% on my devices so that I could be able to utilize my phone? What are you all here for? You all should not even be in these towns if you're not going to support your own devices. Especially someone coming in there just to already talk about business. So if I would have put that money on there and then paid my $2, then I would have had more money, to extend my payment date and would have had more flexibility. Whoever yesterday had offered $15 to put a $15 credit on my account to credit for the tablet, and then that way I would have kept the tablet for this month. But he got off the phone and he said that he could not hear me, but I had all the signal on my phone. So that's another thing. Your items, like, it's very poor reception. Like, it causes me to miss calls.
Jasmine?
No, you're gonna call me Jasmine Renee Davis or not anything at all, okay?
Oh,
This is the level that I'm on. I've actually asked you that already. And you even asked, no, what, you can talk all you want to, but I'm gonna speak now. You even asked me, what do you want me to call you? And I told you Jasmine Renee Davis, but you went back to calling me Jasmine. I'm not gonna, you guys are abusing me too hard right now. And I'm going to really start turning this up a
Jasmine
notch.
Renee Davis, we're going to credit your bill today. Where you're not gonna pay something today. How does that sound for you?
What does that mean? I don't know what how is my phone going to be turned on? Explain to me what you're saying though, please.
Okay, we're going to turn on your services without paying anything. And your next billing will gonna be on the 22nd of July. How does that sound for you, Jasmine Renee Davis?
Why would you do that?
Is that made your day much better?
No, I just want to know.
We'll have you here with Metro.
But just explain to me why you did that, or why you're trying to do that.
You're having a lot for those kind of experience. You deserve this.
But what does it cost
You're
me?
Metro as much as possible. We want our customers to be happy. So as much as possible, we want you to always happy with our services. That's all. So is that make you feel much better? 'Cause you told me that you only have $2 on your bank, but let Metro do this for you this time.
Well, I can pay you all when I get my money. If I could work something out that way.
Yes, you can.
Because I want to continue to do business.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
you can
want
do
to.
that.
Okay, yeah, I want to continue to do business. I want to make sure that I'm not being left out the equation in my own life. Okay, and that's the problem.
So you can take that for your next billing, okay? But this time, Metro, we're gonna take care of you. So we're going to
No,
cover all
that's
of
the
your
problem.
billing.
I don't want you to take care of me.
So
I want to
have
keep it
clear.
about not me. I want to keep it about the phone service. I want to keep it about the phones and the tablets.
Oh. Okay, but this time, Jasmine Renee Davis, let us help you. This time,
Who?
just for one time.
Now
So
it's not help. You guys
can
are
do the
doing
billing
some
on
kind
the
of credit.
July.
It would be some kind of credit that you're applying.
Yes, this is a credit that we're going to apply on your account, Jasmine Renee Davis.
And so, what do you want in
So
return?
how does that sound for you?
I just want to know, what do you want in
So
return?
we just want you to think Metro.
Well, because I don't want to be
We
your
want
family
you,
though.
we just
Like,
want
I'm
you-
not your family. Like, you guys, that bothers me when you like it. I'm very concerned. I'm not Metro PCS family. That's a serious thing. I don't have family. I'm not a family oriented Jasmine Renee Davis. You know what I'm saying? So that is concerning for me when you guys say things like that to me. So I just want to make sure that I'm not doing it for love or any of that you all have suggested, or pleasure or any of that stuff. I'm just my own. I'm different, and I want to.
No. No,
What are you
we're
saying?
not doing that. We just want you to continue using your services here with Metro. That's all. No string attached. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm just living over here. I'm living. This is just all natural things. I'm happy that I could be able to do that. Why you ask me that? I'm myself. That's a natural part of identifying that I am alive, active, and living. So I really appreciate that. I was able to identify that I have a working body, that my fluids were flowing through my body, and that my senses were active. Yeah, they are. I appreciate you for asking that, but that's not necessary. What are you saying?
You're welcome. You're always welcome. Yes, we're just waiting for the credit here, so you don't have to do something. So you need to change your due date, okay? Because we're going to cover all of your billing by this month, so you can save that money for your bill on July. Okay, how is this for you?
I can look into it, and I appreciate the information.
So still waiting for it.
What is it called that you are using, like the system to be able to credit my thing?
Actually, I don't have any for that because this going we're just sending funds to for supervisor. So when we applying it, so the supervisor is doing that. We're just taking a request.
I wanted to know because so that I can understand, the approach that you are talking about right now.
But we really appreciate you for doing this with us, having that service provider. This is highly appreciated. We're just bringing back the favor to you, Jasmine Renee Davis. So it's just give and take.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so just stay in the line with me for a moment so we can wait for the credit. Okay? I'm still here.
I'm
Jasmine
here.
Renee Davis, so we're just waiting on the credit.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it. I'm
Thank you.
here. I'm on the phone.
Okay, so maybe you have another concern that I can help you with for today while waiting for those credits to turn on your services.
It's just sometimes when you all say things like unlimited data, but the first day of the billing cycle, you all say that I ran out of my data. Like I don't understand how it could be unlimited, but then limited where sometimes I can't even see videos or anything. Like I don't have a Wi-Fi to connect to. Like I use these. I want to find a better internet power if you all have it, like a better plan because I do a lot of
Mm-hmm.
recording, like live content. Like so I utilize that. I do like YouTube, Facebook, different things like that.
Oh,
And I'm constantly reading. So I
maybe I can
use
follow you.
things like artificial intelligence and different articles and book works and things like that. So my phone is like literally more than just a phone to me. It's like a resource. And it's also like, it has to do with a lot of integrity and a lot of sustainability for myself, but it's a struggle at times because you guys, I cannot see what I want to see, so I'm missing out. So it's like if I was in class, I wouldn't be able to turn in my assignment because I didn't have the money to buy the book or the library was closed, so I'm being denied access to advance. So at times I find it as if like I'm being limited and being stuck in a specific place where you all are controlling how much I can grow, how much, I can see. And like that is a problem for me because I get really active with my devices. And like if I could have three devices, that would be even better. But I know I can barely I with the two, like, if I had two phones and a tablet or, that would be much better for me in the way that I have to do things. But like I just find that I should be able to utilize, like use these things to improve upon my life. Like I don't have a job, I don't have, but I have my life. So that's my life's work is Jasmine Renee Davis. Like that's what I'm interested in, like me being not only different but me being able to, of course, like maximize on my brilliance, my integrity, and learn more about like biological sovereignty and how to live for always. I'm building my blood, I'm trying to get strong with my bones and things like that. And so like when I don't have access to that, or even when I want to learn about other things coming from other, you know ways of intelligence or whatever, like whether it's a video, whether it's perspective, whether it's something controversial or conspiracy or something political, or to learn what does religion have to do with the daily surroundings of the land that I'm on, how to find a way that I can do what I do. So like I am not a member of the federal government or any governments. However, like I'm trying to find the keywords to identify that, because so many do not understand that. They cannot even grasp their, yeah, yeah. When okay, I'm pooping too. Okay. But when you know I understand, not everyone has that experience. They just expect, hey, you are a partist. Yes, you are in the Constitution. Yes, you. No, I do not, and so I study as much as I can, whether it's leisurely or whether it's intense. I put those efforts in, for myself, and I want to learn like how to be a non-governmental in a non-governmental situation, and so sometimes when I'm really like, even talking to the artificial intelligence, sometimes like I'm making headway, but then you all like slow my data down tremendously, and I cannot even access some of my apps. Like for instance, the phone app, it kept quitting on me. Like I couldn't even dial a number. It kept, I was like, oh, what is this? Like I found it very suspicious in a way, because this is a phone, but the phone app is treating like this is not like I'm getting on Facebook.com or something. This is a damn phone, and so I was like, what is happening? And so, like some of this stuff, that I look at and I approach it means something to me. My life is very special to me, and so this is all I have. I don't have relationships. I'm focusing on myself. So my devices do matter and they could be better, but I've I find that I've done so much, especially with my phone, where I've probably advanced the phone with how I've held it so much with my sweat and touching it. I mean, it's how you all use like melanin and stuff in some of your cell phones or whatever. But not only that, like as far as me just going into different ways, I probably have increased the DNA of my phone. And so if I can continue to maintain this phone and I can build a new phone out of what I have, I understand. But this tablet is something different too, because the camera, it's no flash, it's tough, but I use this stuff. I'm fine, but just the data, like the internet, to grasp, like to, how they say data, because it's grabbing from all sorts of places or whatever, and it's coming to an access. And I understand that I had dial up before, where I've used AOL and all different kinds of things, back in the early 2000s or whatever. And so I understand that. And I know the internet has been around long before then, but, just so happened that's when I got a hold of it or whatever. And so I appreciate this sort of thing, but it comes with me being strict and keeping my tone and maintaining my integrity through it. So those are just some of the issues that I have to really, say and even kind of reflect on right now. That's all really. So yeah, I appreciate you asking me that. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
Okay. Jasmine Renee Davis. So currently, we successfully applied the credit on your account. So your line will be turned on right after this call. So your next billing will be on the 22nd of July for only $40. So on your concern about the data, so I have suggest to get the home internet plug, so you can have the full unlimited services. So you can connect your phone, you can connect your television, or if you have a laptop, you can also connect into that. Because on the data, there will recalling like the data prioritization. So usually, our customer is going to have amount of data usage on their phones, but on your case, I can see that you're over the data prioritization. So usually our customer using only below 50 gigabytes of their mobile data, but in your case, you're using 200 gigabytes. So this is actually a lot, but if you're having some trouble on the internet or the speed of the internet, so I hope that you can understand what the data prioritization means. So for the per usage for our customer, Jasmine Renee Davis, so that is what we call that, the data prioritization.
Okay, but I was just wondering.
So yeah, so Jasmine, yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just wondering, like, how can I have an active life throughout between 28 and 31 days using my phone actively professionally? Where this is my resource, where I go between two devices. So it's my corporation. And not only that, I use these phones for every aspect almost, as far as for my own things, if I find use for learning technology, if I use it to, build fundamentals, if I'm learning it to about food and real food, like things to keep me alive and growing and building my blood, my hair, my bones, everything like that, strengthening my teeth, growing my teeth, but I also use it to try to figure out how can I come up with a business? How can I build, transportation and architecture, like as far as for buildings and, different places to travel. It's informative where I use it, where I broadcast live often and I show, about police brutality and the things that come up against me. If I'm not able to document these things when they arise, when I'm being harassed or, dealing with extreme discrimination and hate crimes, like these are all my active life. I have a very challenging environment, at times. And so I utilize this information. I just was asking, like, is this your best kind of data service or do you have something better? Like for your internet?
Um, Jasmine Renee, actually you have the best plan. Actually, this is the best plan that you can have with a much cheaper price. So if you're not, if you want to maximize this offer, I have suggest to add more device on your account. So add more phones.
Oh, okay, I see.
So that is the one thing that I recommend.
Why you say that though?
Because you can juggle the phones that you have. So if imagine if your phone drain the battery, you can charge the phone and use the other phone. So you can maximize also the battery of the phone and also the services.
Yeah, I realize that because the battery is a challenge.
So on your case, so if you're using the phone and the data that's fine, so I have to just to get a second line for and have a new second phone.
I see.
So that is the best thing that I recommend to you. So it will benefit you also, right? So imagine if your phone drain the battery, you can have a backup phone that you can use also for usage. So visiting or doing it to Facebook.
Yeah, but how do you have like Okay, like I would like to have one Android phone and one iPhone, you know, and so that I can cross reference and also have the individual experience. But I just don't know. I don't have the money to buy an iPhone. I don't know how I would be able to afford that, you know. Like even if I have the iPhone,
Yeah.
one iPhone and one Android, then I can just set my tablet aside or just, you know what I'm saying, try to figure out how much could I pay to have one iPhone, the Android that I have, the Motorola that I can keep, you know, saying that I can, I mean, it is what it is. I don't have any commitment altogether with this. I can improve on it at any time, you know, but, and then I have this
Mm-hmm.
tablet, right? So, like, do you have any options for
Mm-hmm.
like an iPhone and how can I like configure that? Like, do you have any, I don't know how to say it, but like where you all would, I can try this and write reports about how the phone is using and kind of like use my own studies, but you talk to me about it instead of just taking it from me. I'm actually participating and submitting like how I utilize these services and what it
Oh,
is.
like a review,
Yeah, and I can kind of like
like a
review
full
these.
review.
Yeah, I can like review this so I can earn like, you know what I'm saying? Because I have to do something. I don't have a job. And I'm not trying to work for you all. I wouldn't be an employee, but I'm just trying to figure out how can I like not be like a freeloader or begging you for anything, but like, do you have any phones where you're looking for someone? Because why, like, you don't have like up to date phones around. Like, you don't really, and how can you start getting those and putting them in these areas of poverty so that, you know, others can match up with the modern technology, you know what I'm saying, and be able to maximize their full potential, but not only that, their dexterities and other mentions of, you know, just trying to collaborate a way that cross between their own intelligence, you know, or further it to perhaps their brilliance, but not to limit themselves within, you know, sometimes it's a controversy where, you know, not being able to access some stuff. So, like, for instance, even with like YouTube or Facebook or something like that, like the apps on a better, more developed phone gives more access and more integrity than some on these other phones where it's limited. So when someone else may be able to access something, they're in 2026, but I may be at limited 2026. You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm having trouble at times trying to articulate like how can I get a better device but I don't have the money, like, so it's not, and I'm not someone that is matching up with others, so I just want to just tell you that like I do my own thing, but as far as technology I want the best and the brightest because I know that I am my own self. I'm the best and the brightest. I believe that I'm no one is more prettier and you know whatever, nobody can do me better than I can do myself,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean that I don't want to meet and be introduced to other things that you know I can see, you know, um and it's not really so much a compliment but it's just for me to understand. So I was just wondering like if I have to supplement, you know, extending my reach on my data and trying to get, you know, where I can go between the iPhone and my Motorola Android system through Google, and then this tablet, you see, that's also using the Google Android system or whatever. How can I do that? Like, what options do you all have therein for that sort of situation? Do you have anywhere, you know, you could perhaps send me some kind of promotional iPhone or, you know, I can pick up something? Because, like, you guys be trying to give me umbrellas and tell me to go in the store and get free gifts and stuff. But, I mean, what could I do with a beach towel and an umbrella that I can't really say, well, but I mean, I can make that make sense, but I can also make sense of, you know what I'm saying, something that I can use like an iPhone, you know, something that I can constantly advance and kind of get in a wave of, you know what I'm saying, modern technology and still highlight my antique ancient way about myself. And really it's just all me being consistent. You know, I just I don't know. It's not that I'm old school. It's that I would like to learn more about the origin of things. Like I like to start at the beginning. Like some will say things like, well, okay, you keep having babies in the family, so we're gonna have to keep resetting over and over again, you know? And so it's like I'm gonna focus on now taking care of myself than trying to bring a baby into this world. I'm my own baby. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time for me to take care of myself and then understand if I choose to reproduce, then I will have the fortification where I'm not taking from my life. You know what I'm saying? Where I have enough to put out there, but I don't want to keep resetting, and keeping at this youthful age everywhere all the time, where I have to everything has to commit to just a childlike state. I'm not an adult, but I'm just maximizing my brilliance, and so I have my heightened senses, and I have my stuff that's appropriate for me. So.
Okay. So to answer that, Jasmine Renee Davis. So to be honest, I'm not in the position um to respond that. So because this is something like a collaboration with you in Metro, right? But I have here a phone number that you can call on. If you like to give this yours, so regarding the collaboration to get a device, so I can give you a number, so you can discuss to them.
Is
Do you
this
have
a
a pen and
public,
paper
is it a public
handy?
number? Is it a public number? Because I am recording, so I can make sure I keep this number to myself. Or is it a public number? Or I can
Yes,
just,
yes,
can others call it? Or I can just keep it to myself, the phone
yes.
number?
You can keep it for yourself.
Okay.
In the position to have like something have a decision for that. I'm so sorry for that,
No, I
Jasmine Renee Davis.
understand.
But
No,
you
it's
can
not.
call. I call.
I mean, but you did what the thing is, do all that you can at your level. That's the thing. You have like there are steps sometimes because sometimes like when someone starts a business or whatever, they have all the ideas, but then they can't not be time at two places at once.
Yes.
But when you hire somebody that's gonna not flunk your business, sink your business, drown your business, where you're gonna stick up to your part and do it to the best of your ability, that's how you continue to build working relationships, business oriented relationships. You know what I'm saying? And where you're
I
not taking
agree.
it and just
I
doing
totally
whatever
agree.
and taking advantage of and abusing it. You did what you could. That is a step where you're at. You heard what I said.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? And so so now I can take it
Yes.
up the next notch. Now I can't believe everybody should know it is what it is, but I understand that there is levels, and for you to be able to just even tell me that much information, you heard what I said. You know what I'm saying? And you asked the appropriate question
Mhm.
actually. So I was able to key in that. You know what I'm saying? And then you provided or you said to me an entry that what I'm saying matters, and then I can see whether it can grow or and bud bloom and blossom into something. And so that is fundamentally
Yes.
correct, I believe, in the ways of just you know apologize, but you can always perhaps ask to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand perhaps, but sometimes it's
Mhm.
best to learn where you're at and stay there and really understand so that you don't have to go through too much of unnecessary repetition or being put back in a place where you once was, where you're so solid in your understandings that your capabilities is unmatchable or undeniable, and even if they are, who cares? You understand. So I mean, I find that it's appropriate, but I just want to make sure that I ask you just to confirm the yeah, I mean they yeah, I mean they really are great ideas. And so but the thing about it is like I don't want to work for you. I'm trying to be independent. So it could be looking at a consultation and things
Mhm.
like that. And I mean, it necessarily don't have to always be as I'm not a contractor, but just to establish some sort of understanding.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I have to try to figure out something. I know
Some
that
collaboration.
I mean, I appreciate the steps that you all have taken to make sure. So, I mean, if I can push out some ideas and, I'm saying, see that, I'm saying, and understand the development processes and tell
Mhm.
you all from a point of view, like, listen, this is what's happening. This is what's happening with your phones, the communities that you're targeting, how you are and how you're not performing, and it's becoming like mass incarceration in a lot of areas and stuff like that. Like, and so I would have to make sure that things are more proficient in ways of me discovering, a higher height where I'm not a consumer, but I know I'm not a consumer. But I may look like a consumer from a distance, from someone who doesn't understand. And so I want to make sure that what I'm doing is more of appropriation as far as the elements of me actually thriving and using this as a actual source, like a resource. And so I have to maximize my brilliance as best as I possibly can. So what's your name?
My name is Jim,
Yeah, you did say Jim.
but you
Jim,
can
I
call me
appreciate
Jimmy.
that. Jim, I appreciate. Yeah, you did say Jim.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
okay. Did we cover your concern for Jasmine Renee Davis? Did we make you happy?
I was already happy, but what it did, I sparked some of, some potential, and increase some integrity here today. And so that is, always a great thing for me to be able to do, and really just to be able to, start off, rough in a conversation, but, have it go more toward a professional. That's not because you told me, oh, I don't have to pay my phone bill this month. I see that the phone is already turned on or whatever. But what I'm saying is it's only because I was able to talk to you and release some of the, the information that I have been wanting to talk to you all about, and not have to be so to disregard you or find that I have to tap into disrespect. And so I appreciate it for being a learning portal, you know what I'm saying? Like, um, and it's not necessarily have to be like a briefing, but I understand this has become more of an information session for me too. And so, yeah, I appreciate the time. I mean, 58 minutes, 23 seconds, of course. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yes, almost an hour.
Yeah, so I always
Okay.
I always make
Jasmine,
use of
Jasmine
whatever
Renee Davis.
time. So
Okay, just have a little favor for you, Jasmine Renee, because right after this call, there will be a survey. Can you stay in the line just for 10 seconds for this survey? So,
no, actually,
I'm not. How Metro and I assisted you for today. Can you do that for us?
No, the problem is I'm not interested. I don't know enough about your surveys. I don't want to judge you or anything like that. But I can tell you that I believe that you can grow, and I believe that, you should be able to learn more about your job in advance. So that you can accumulate, a better living and lifestyle for yourself. I can say that. And I appreciate you just maintaining a focus there. Okay. So I have to get going now. Here I come.
Okay. I will be taking note of that. So you have a blessed day.
What did you say? Oh, no, thank you.
Wow.
Still
You stayed on to take our.
No, I didn't. I'm out here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.